Hey everybody, it's Jeff, your friendly neighborhood voice man from the Daily Bugle. Listen, the episode you're about to hear is unlike any we have ever done for 91 Reasons. Yes, we had the improv live episode where I said a few naughty words, but the episode that's about to follow is raw, it's raunchy, it's fun, but it is not for children. This is a hardcore adult conversation involving debauchery, recreational drug use, alcohol intake, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and anything that you can imagine. And the people that are here, the people from D Student, Joey Bryan and Sandra Bryan and their son Asher, and then we had some of the actual D students here. Nick and Little Nerd were here. Joey Bryan's one of the most honest, nice person you will ever meet in your lifetime. He's no holds barred. He's unfiltered. He is one of the most loyal people I have ever had the pleasure of sitting down to talk to. If you're in this guy's camp, you're in this guy's camp, and he will do anything for you, even if you don't ask. The people who make up D Student are the people that got left behind. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because some of us want to be left behind. Some of us don't want to join the club everybody else joins. Groucho Marx said, I would never be a member of a club that would have someone like me as a member. But the D students are honest, they are one of a kind, and you'd be lucky to know one. And that being said, what you're about to hear is completely unreal. This is, when I say unfiltered, I mean unfiltered. You ask Joey a question, you get an answer. And the answers are sometimes shocking, they're sometimes funny, but they're always real. And saying that someone is real and honest in this day and age is one of the finest compliments you can give, because everybody hides behind a persona of some sort. And Joey's persona is Joey. And that's why over 10,000 members strong look to Joey as their leader. And as the man sat and talked with me for almost 2 hours, I got it. Though the activities that they talk about may not be for me, that doesn't mean they shouldn't be for somebody. 91 Reasons stands for tolerance and acceptance, and we're just like D Student, except we don't have those kinds of stories to tell. Joey is a combat veteran who served this country. He deserves our highest respect. And anybody who puts their life on the line for my freedom is number one in my book. So, as you listen to this episode, if you've decided to hang on this long, again, it's above an R rating. It is for adults only. It is not for children. There were no children until the very end when we finished the episode. They were outside playing. And it is my pleasure to present Joey Bryan in a rare interview as the leader, a card-carrying member, founding Grand Poobah of the D Students.
You're listening to 91 Reasons, a journey into the twisted landscape of pop culture. Keep your hands and arms inside the podcast at all times. And now, the voice, Jeff Tucker.
All right, here we are. We are in the Cafe 80s. It's Monday night, April 5th, right? April 5th. And welcome to 91 Reasons. I am Jeff Tucker. I'm the voice. I have a whole room full of people here. We are here to celebrate a milestone, 10 years of D Student. What is D Student? We're going to find out. So please welcome to the show the D Student master himself, Joey Bryan is here.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Who else is here?
We got Sandra. She's been my trophy wife for about 18 years. We have representing the Twisted Queen, Little Nerd. We also have her lovely boyfriend.
All right, so what people are going to ask, because it's going to say 91 reasons, D Student, arrives, takes everything down, crashes through. What the heck is D Student? Because I'll tell you, what the heck is D Student? But because I'll tell you, when we first started hanging out, because you're a haunt monster, and we'll get into that in a second. But there was a Facebook profile that was D Studente. Back when you could manipulate Facebook names.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, is that a person? Is it a thing? Who is D Studente? Because D Studente seems to be always pitching these events and let's go to Vegas. I'm like, who is D? That D is you. But D is not D-E-E, but D, like D student, like your son is a D student.
Yeah, I always say it's just one of the many voices in my head. The first we've been around for 10 years. The first 4 years, I try to keep everything hidden and cryptic. One of those, if you're in the crew, you know what the crew's up to. And then people start calling me out on rumors. And my answer to all of it was, because they said, well, you got to answer this. They think you're this. They're saying we're doing this. We're saying da-da-da-da. It went on and on and on.
Well, 10 years would have been before social media. 10 years ago, the only thing around was MySpace.
Yeah.
So D Studente would have been in my top 8.
We were. That's how I found you. This is actually how I found you. You don't remember that, do you?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, you remember. I'm not going to say anything, but there's a way I found you. Yeah. No.
MySpace.
No. It was from. I'm going to tell you where it's from.
Tina?
It was you guys, Tina, and
We don't even talk to her.
there was, God bless her, Sandy.
Sandy Graham.
Yeah.
Yes. And I went to your fine club because we did events. So
was
that's
before
how we
knew
met.
you.
I didn't do haunt. I did you before haunt.
Joe, you said look for a guy with a top hat. That's how I remember.
That was
You walked up.
2005.
Oh, look, they're here. The guys from MySpace came.
Yeah. But
That was Willy Wonka and the Cheesecake Factory.
Yes.
At the not the block, the Spectrum.
Yeah.
Did we go back that far?
yeah. Oh yeah.
10 years.
That's crazy.
That's
yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
All the way back to freaking MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh,
MySpace was the funniest thing ever, wasn't it?
I like MySpace actually.
Because
I did too.
MySpace
I was, like, not wanting to
had
go to
bulletins on the side. But what you had to do was, if you wanted to see what your friends were up to, you had to go to their page.
Yeah.
It wasn't
you
like
got to decorate it and make it all pretty and
You got to
Right.
pick one song and one song only.
Yes,
Yeah.
that
entrance
song
song.
meant something to you. That
yeah.
that
But
day.
see,
Look,
it-
Ray's like, I was 7. I don't know.
That's
I
not
know.
true. I had a MySpace. I had a list.
It didn't make it though because of that extra step of having to go visit people. When
Yeah.
Facebook came along, it was like, wait a minute, there's no individual to it, no individuality to it, but you're constantly getting what your friends are doing, and I think that was the catalyst that sort of pushed MySpace aside. And you know what?
Yeah.
God bless. What's Tom? Remember Tom from MySpace?
yeah.
Your first
Yeah.
friend? He walked out of MySpace with like $650 million.
Yep.
That's it?
When they bought it.
Wow. I thought you would have more actually.
Yeah.
More than 650 million. This is 10 years ago.
Well, okay,
good,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, fair enough.
This is back when $650 million meant something.
It still means something to me.
And MySpace was funny because it just was weird. Because I remember the transition between MySpace and Facebook, and Rachel was like, I don't like this Facebook thing.
I
I'm
hate
going
it
back
too."
to MySpace.
It's too
And I-
complicated
I
for
didn't
me.
even want to go on it. My friends made me.
And now, think about this. There's a graveyard, there's a server somewhere with all your MySpace pages on it, with all your sparkly letters
Yep.
and your
I've
spinning.
tried to find my pictures. I've tried. I've gone down to the website. It won't let me have it.
By the way, check out www.dstudentproductions. That's a nice plug.
Now, what will we find there?
There's a lot of salty material. There's a lot of Nikes. It's the hub. It's an unfiltered, uncensored hub of all D students.
But you have to tell us what is, in a nutshell, D student.
You know what? That's funny because even us upper guys have been trying to find this for a year. I say it's a brand. It's like anything else. It's
a brand. It's like
It's more than
I call it like a social group. Is that bad? Do you
My-
not like that reference?
No, I like it.
You
I
know,
like
like
it.
Disneyland and Knott's, we all have our little social
what are those?
gangs.
What
that
were those
we are
T-shirts
that.
called for a while?
It's the same thing,
Cuts.
right?
There were T-shirts for a while that had like squigglies all over the front and back. They had a name for them. I can't remember what they called.
I have them in my head too.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It had like a cross.
Yes.
It would have like flowery things here and then flower on the back. Guys wore them all the time. They had a name for that shirt.
No.
What was it called?
That wasn't a
Because that was like a lifestyle brand for a while.
I can tell you this.
I just can't think of the name of the shirt.
Aaron gives the best definition of what D-student is. He says it's whatever you want it to be. We don't say no. So, and everyone has their own little definition of what it meant to them. You know, to me, it's a tribe. I was telling you earlier, I don't try to overthrow the government. I try to overthrow society. I want to change how our society is and how we look at things because I don't like the way it's going, man. You know, that's just me personally.
Give us an example.
Well, I'm a different thinker in a sense of, you think of when I lived in Europe for 5 years, people were open about sex. It wasn't a big thing. You just didn't shudder an eye. It wasn't like a lowbrow thing. In America, if you even say out loud you're a swinger, oh my God, gasp! His wife must be a whore. Oh my God.
Yeah, no. America is not tolerant of any kind of sexuality.
So it's just it's from
Sexuality
that
is a
small-
punchline in bad comedies. It's
Yeah.
not something you talk about, not something you deal with. The Puritans still run the country. That's unfortunate, but that's the way it is.
Yeah, and when I was in the Army, I did the Army for almost a dime, and I'll tell you, that was a brotherhood. Everyone did everything together. We all rolled out together. We all went out to eat together. Everything there is to do, you did together, and you loved. Like, you hugged your homie. That was your boy. You know, in society, I don't even know my neighbors, and I've lived here for how many years?
11 years.
11 years, and I don't know my neighbors.
No, we've never met our
No,
neighbors here.
But they hear us talk a lot, so I have a feeling they probably
They
know
don't.
us pretty well.
People don't.
That's sad.
Well, see, that's the problem. I always say that, not to get into a deep philosophical conversation, but when you hear that somebody has shot up a school or shot up something, I go, that's a direct result of the fact that we don't raise kids in a village anymore.
Yeah.
Remember, when you and I were kids, your mom knew everybody on the street.
Yeah.
We rode our bikes back and forth, and she would call.
Yeah.
She'd call 3 houses down and go, I see my son out there, send him home. And I'd go home and get an ass whooping.
You're absolutely right.
Nowadays, forget about it. Kids don't go outside. Nobody goes anywhere. The media's got us terrified that there are boogeymen living everywhere. So we're terrified. And because of that, nobody wants to speak up and say, hey, the Johnson kid down the street's going to be a problem. Somebody better do something.
Yeah.
They can't do that.
You know, with my son, not to get off our topic, when my son was acting up, I'd actually walk him down and point out to the bums and the cholos and the hookers and say, that's what you'll be if you don't listen to me and go by these steps.
Did that work for you? That doesn't seem to be working for me.
My fingers are crossed, man. I'll let you
That with
know.
our oldest. Maybe I was just too late on that scare tactic.
But by the same token, and I have no political agenda, but I believe everyone has $1 and 1 hour to give once a week.
I totally agree.
You know, it doesn't matter what it
Paying
is.
it for. That's my thing.
Even if it's just like a simple, you know what, let me ship my $1 through the house as I watch the
Ding.
game.
Yep.
Whatever it is. But everyone has $1 and an hour. If it's an hour to just, let me call a friend and see how he's doing today, you know?
Yeah.
Because who talks on the phone anymore?
No, nobody. It's about
Or
Facebook.
Facebook.
Do you remember we used to talk on the
Yeah.
phone endless hours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we get so disconnected. We have all these friends on Facebook, and keeping it honest, this is the difference between D student and the 90% of all these people out there. Everyone on my Facebook, I visit, I talk to, we connect. We're all D students. That's why we have 2 Facebooks. We have one for me, and that's the little normie side of society, and the second one is our D student one.
Okay, can you explain that then? Because there's 2 names for you,
Yes.
and I never know which one to write or which one to refer to, and if it should be when I'm referring to like a personal thing or a D-student thing.
Well,
or
you guys
I just usually go to the one that's wrote me last or something. But like, how does that work? Clear that
Okay,
up for everyone.
okay.
So you know who to contact here.
You guys are a different case. There's what I call my inner circle. That's Mom, that's Tucker's, that's a couple of haunt buddies.
That must be the one I have. The Joey, right?
Joseph.
Right, Joseph?
You have the Joseph
See, I
one.
don't
The
even
Joseph
know.
one is what I give to family members. Okay, that's the people where it's like I can show you pictures of my son, because there's a lot of times people sit there and be like, "Look, man, I don't have pictures of girls in thongs because I have my kid." Whatever. That's
Yeah, I
cool.
get that.
And then there's some people like, you know, man, I don't want to see baby pictures of your son, and I don't want them knowing anything about my son as well. So it's a separate life. The D students, is my tribe. The Joseph one is for Aunt Mildred. Aunt Mildred wants to see Asher grow up.
Yeah.
And that's what that Facebook is for. And that is all personal, like Joey stuff.
Connect because everybody on Facebook, like I would love to do that. I would love to be able to share my own stuff in my young days. And I don't because my kids and like doesn't it connect anyways? Don't people see what
it can? It's one of those. I have a vibrator in my room. If you want to come see it, it's not hidden. One of those things. That's how I look at the D-student thing. There's a vibrator there. If you want to come see it, the door's not locked. Okay. But at least I close the door at least.
Yeah. Okay, that's
close the door behind you.
I got it.
Jeff's like, what do I have to censor? I got families that listen to this.
I just put a disclaimer on the episode.
This is a unique show.
I put up the improv show, and that was full of just salty language.
One bad word yet. Go me.
Go you.
Well, can we on the count through all say fuck? Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
It's too late. I needed that.
You can't plan that.
There you go.
It's showbiz.
It only took 11 minutes.
It wasn't me. It was you.
11 minutes we went from 11 minutes from well, it's great to be here on the show. Everybody say fuck.
Yeah.
There you go. 11 minutes.
You should have an uncensored and a censored one and see what gets the most shares.
Close that door.
The censored one is going to be like 6 minutes long. What are you talking about?
Not safe for work.
By the way, this is. Let me get Jeff. Jeff, I want you to hit on my wife in the best Joey voice you can do.
Hey, listen, I got a vibrator in the bedroom. I'll open the door. Maybe don't open the door. I'll add you as a friend on my other page if you know what I mean.
Sometimes I feel like I've spent time with you when I haven't. We'll go over and not see each other. I'm like, didn't I just see you? It feels like, you know.
Does he do the Joey voice to you?
Oh, yeah.
Is he like, here, Rachel, you right here, Rachel?
I don't think he's ever used it then, but he does use it a lot.
Oh, Jesus.
I like you, Joey. I have a lot of people living in my head. A lot of people. Have you listened to the show? Sometimes I have full conversations on the show. 2 people, sometimes 3, with just me sitting here.
Yeah, man.
Don't party.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
I have my own personal favorites and stuff. I like when you get really personal and you start talking about the roots of the Jeff Tucker.
Yeah. Well, people don't do that. People are afraid to do that. That's what makes the show different.
I got a lot of fears, but that's not one of them.
Yeah, no. Well, some of us have it, some of us don't.
I have crazy man fears, dude. I'm afraid. You're gonna laugh. I'm afraid of people in uniform in the government.
But you were a soldier.
I know. I told you it's crazy.
That's irrational.
I told you it's crazy, man.
You, among all people, should know to trust a guy in a uniform because that guy's putting his life on the line.
I don't know. He's a former soldier, so he can tell you, man. We're scared of the uniforms more than anyone.
Why are you scared of the uniforms?
You know, I've had phone calls.
Are you afraid of the uniform or the machine behind it?
What they can do. I'll give you a small example. There is a group in the United States called CID. They called me up one day. They said, there's an investigation. You're not in trouble. We need to get a hold of you, Mr. Bryan, and get a statement. I looked over and said, fuck you. I'm not talking to you. I hung up. He called back. He said, I can either that or I can send someone to pick you up and have you and your wife in handcuffs behind the bars.
Was it true? Was it real?
Yeah. It's real as real as real. Yeah. So it's like, you can do that even though I'm out of the Army? Yep. And he goes, we can do whatever we want. And it's just that weird, like, my heart just sank.
Sure. Anybody would.
So that was kind of like, and plus, in the Army, you see what CIA, CID, FBI, you see what these guys can do, like what they can really do. They can do whatever they want, anytime they want.
Oh, I believe that, sure.
So it's that part that scares me. You know, it's funny because I'm freaked out even thinking about that stuff.
I know, you're freaking out. You're safe here.
Yeah, man. Jeff will protect me.
I will. I'll go in for it. I don't know nothing. I'm a decent. I don't know.
Place is lead line, non-traceable.
Getting the hot tub.
We need the hot tub.
So D student, right? We'll go back to D student because you're celebrating 10 years. What was the catalyst? What was the catalyst to start your organization?
It's kind of funny. I got out of the Army, 10 years done. I looked around and said, dude, I'm out of the Army. You waited 10 years to hang out in part of me. Come down. No one wanted to hang out. I'm going to watch the game. I might go to the bar. I got to talk to this girl. I couldn't get one friend for 10 years to come down. So I sat down and I said, I need to find some solid friends. And I handpicked, like I look over and I look at you, go, that guy's kind of a weird, nerdy guy. I'm going to try to get him to hang out with me. And I almost like try to build my little Avengers of weirdos, basically.
Yeah,
I do that.
I tell Rachel.
Jeff accuses me all the time.
Rachel,
I collect
she collects people.
Yeah. And it was a lot of like, because I was lonely, you know? And so I said, well, we got to have something in common. Let's make like YouTube videos. And our YouTube videos at that time were just really odd videos. I can't begin to tell you how odd they are.
Yeah, one of them has a title. What is it called? The whiskey hour or the drunken?
Oh, that's her. That's her.
The wino hour, yes, because I've watched those.
That's her.
Those are great.
That's 100% Sandra's project. Where Joey, you're in the limelight. Let me have some.
The wino hour on YouTube.
Yes. She'll drink. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Most people would go, we understand why. So let me ask you, you've taken a lot of these crazy trips to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
What is that?
So when we first
your trips to Las Vegas, the pictures on the internet look like the outtakes from The Hangover.
Let me tell you, that's what we can show. I promise you, there's hours on end.
I'm sure.
So what it was is we got our first commissions many moons. This is gonna be our 9th trip, honey. So 9 years ago, we started a Vegas trip. We took our commissions. We went there. At the time, I was a different person, so I said, let's find how many strippers and cocaine and whiskeys we can get in one room at one time. And we'll have a contest. We'll see who can do the most 8 balls in under 10 minutes. Different person then. Different person.
Yeah, yes. Well, you'd have to be or you'd be dead.
But, I mean, because, we're mom and dad, Target parents, Costco, whatever it is, 9 to 10 Friday, Monday, whatever it is. We don't get to party and do what we used to do back in the day. So with us, we go to the sex parties. I guess there's no. I don't know how else to put it. I'll try to think of a more safe way to put it, but.
Well, I didn't think you were going to go, well, on the weekends, Sandra and I like to go antiquing. Like, I didn't think that was coming out of your mouth,
But it's also like, it's a tribe building, it's a military thing I learned, where I force everyone in one room. And you have one room, and there's like 12 of us, and you have to get along. You have to do
well,
together.
Listen, getting along and what you're talking about, there's a road trip in between there, my friend.
Yes. But we handpick people. Those people who fight to go on this. Not everyone can go on this. I have to say, okay, you're authorized to go. You're authorized to go.
Well, sure. If you're offering up noonie cookie, then there's probably going to be a long line of guys waiting to get in the van.
It's not all about that too. That's the cool part. But if you ask anyone who's been on a trip, that's not the funnest part of it. The funnest part is the adventure and the friends and all that stuff. Every single time people, I had a guy. This is no bullshit. He is a homosexual, and he's got this hidden for years, okay? He goes there because the whole year he can't be gay. This weekend he was gay as he was. And let me tell you...
Even in this day and age when, like...
Oh, he's Catholic, Hispanic.
We're in the biggest freedom. Everybody can be whatever they want.
It's mom and dad. It's what goes on in the household. If you have a cool mom and dad that understand and love you and don't pull in theology and politics involved, sure.
Well, we just saw a poor guy get gunned down.
Yeah.
Dad shot him in his front yard because he didn't want to accept that he was gay.
And think about you're a guy, okay? How easy is it to just walk up to a dude, you're gay, up at the grocery market and go like, I just want to let you know you're really good looking. I'm like, fuck you. It's not that easy, It really isn't.
I wouldn't have any idea.
Oh, I'm just saying.
I wouldn't have any idea.
For a second.
But we go to Vegas. I wingman that guy. I look at him and said, everything I do to get these girls hooked up with these straight guys, I'm going to find these hot dudes just put their ass in your face. Because I'm assuming that's what you like, I don't know. I'm just trying to help is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you're a giver. You're a giver, Joey.
So, I can tell you. And this guy, he's having the time of his life. He's romping on arcade games. I'm like, do you have a kid? Don't do it on the arcade. So this is all happening. We get back, and he starts crying.
It took a second for that one to come on there. You're like, look, man, we got a lot going on here.
We can do anything else, just don't
get off the Donkey Kong.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I gotta have rules, Jeff.
Well, yeah, otherwise it's chaos.
Yeah.
You are chaos defined.
But that's the limit.
Look at this. Right here.
Yeah, we found the limit.
There you go.
Yeah, yes, of course he does. He has a chaos tattoo across him.
And on the lip,
insane.
Insane is on your lip. Are you kidding me?
Of
I
course.
wanted a tattoo there. Jeff won't go for that, and he won't let me do behind the ear. Those are his only limits.
Come hang out with the D student in Vegas, baby. We got a lot of things happening.
Actually, never
Tattoos,
It happens in
piercings. Just like,
Vegas, Jeff.
not in
It
hell.
happens in Vegas.
Not one would know. You'll never make it
If
to
that
Vegas.
happened with you in Vegas, you would stay in Vegas.
As long as it's not an inn, right?
Nothing. Why would you get it in for Norwalk?
Born and raised, babe.
You were there 10 minutes.
Wait, check this. Wait. This is my city right here. 714.
Is that so the police can go, well, we know where he's from. Move the body.
It's a Mexican thing. We all have that.
I've never understood the appeal of your freaking area code. I've never understood that. Just for a minute, let's just talk about this. There's cultures, gangs, and there can be any color, because there's gangs in all colors, and they get really riled up about we're the 562, we're the 714. Well, what if your grandma's like, look, we're moving? Then what do? Then you're the phone book. Like if you're a guy and you get like the city where you are tattooed on you, and then you move a few times, by the time you get to be 80, you're a Thomas guy.
But think about it. Okay, check this out. This is a very white man version, because if you look over, it's got like all the icons of 714.
Yeah, you have a skateboard and an Angel Stadium.
The dogs.
Oh my god.
So this is a tribute to Southern California.
Like the other thing I can't figure out is I understand I've never graffitied, but I totally get like there's a certain culture that says I'm going to spray paint our name here on this building, and that means when people walk by, they know that this is our building. But why do they spray paint trucks? Because the truck just leaves. I always imagine the gang members running alongside the truck. It's moving again. We have to keep going. It's our spot.
I relate, Joey.
I don't understand.
We're proud because most of us ride bikes.
Like, that's what you do,
So,
right?
it's evolution for us.
For life. Right?
But I'll
say
just
what
say
again?
I have geckos on my leg because that club was 4 years of an amazing time.
Right, but you wouldn't ride a gecko on a truck.
We'd ride D student on a cop car.
D student on a cop car.
That actually happened. That happened. They spray paint. No, I didn't tell them to. As a disclaimer, I didn't tell them to spray paint the car, but they did it. And they did it on the cop car.
Manson didn't lift a finger in those days.
Good point.
He just wanted to start a band, brother.
And he's still locked up.
He just wanted a band. That's all he wanted.
So, how many members are in D Student? Do you know?
Yep.
Well, worldwide there's about 10,000 members.
10,000. Come on, that's impressive. If you can,
per year.
Wow.
if you can get 10,000 people to do anything besides go to bed, that's a pretty big deal.
We went through an issue where I'd say something and they'd take it literal, and like we had like really weird reactions, and I look at her and Aaron, and I was like, I don't want to be looked at like a cult. I don't want to be culty. I don't want to be culty. And then people would call me father.
It's
and
a little culty.
It's a little culty.
I don't want it to be.
But I think that's a compliment.
It's a good thing. Yeah, I think it's the same. That's a compliment.
Here's the thing.
In case of cult.
It takes a really strong, vibrant personality to get people to follow you. It simply does.
I think it's all the naked pictures I put up.
No, because you can get that from anywhere.
Of it. Yeah.
Listen, if it was 1988 and you had naked pictures, everybody would come to your house.
What I'm impressed
I can do it on my phone in 10 seconds. I can see any celebrity completely nude on my phone in 10 seconds. So I think you offer more than that. You're like a safe haven for all the people who feel like, look, we got nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
And they're just so loyal to each other. I don't want to mention him by name, but I know one member, and he's like you could tell that is like his blood, his life, his sweat. Those are his brothers.
You're talking about Boots, right?
No, I'm not actually. That's what I had in mind. Conversation I had with someone else at a TPA event once.
Chicken?
No, I don't know if they want me to do names.
They're D students. They fall under me.
Leo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Leo, I was sold, man. I was just like,
yeah.
why am I not part of this? Oh my God, you would lay down right now for this.
Yeah.
This man.
You should do a musical like Book of Mormon,
really
Book of D Students.
The power that he has.
We have an SOP we typed out, and it's freaking 20, 30 pages of rules, regulations, mantras, things you have to abide by to be a D student.
Do you get a membership card?
We did. They laughed at me at the idea.
Just think of the girls.
I should see if I actually have one. I had one a long time ago. They laughed at me the whole idea, but I said, I'm a child of the 80s, and membership cards are pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're going through the man wallet. I have all the guy
Look,
things,
look,
I got the pictures of my kid.
You got the business
I see
card.
the
Yeah.
card. You got the punch
Look,
card.
I got that from the
Yeah.
army
Vegas
still. How
trips
bad
they
is
put
that,
in,
dude?
they earn
Here,
something.
look at that. I got
Yeah.
my membership card.
All right, you are a member. Joseph Bryan rank,
See?
position Emperor, and your skill level is Sith Lord.
Wow.
Okay, now I want one.
See, people want that now.
Now you're going to be bombarded for them.
So you have to come from our generation because
Yep.
Yeah.
the
I
greatest
love this.
membership card you could have in our generation was Blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
Because Blockbuster meant like your mom had to have an active credit card. Those were hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
You remember how hard it was to get a Blockbuster card back in the day?
Oh, that's
Like you'd go in there and like I want to rent movies. Oh, 2 forms of ID,
Yeah.
an active credit card. Like I don't have. We want to see 3 bills that you live there. But when you finally got that Blockbuster card, you're like, we're coming here every day.
This is
Look
it.
what a hack I am, dude. You seen this wallet, right? The lighter wallet. You light it and
Oh yeah, like you're talking about a magic trick.
yeah, I'm
It's like flash paper.
I'm a magic dude. With that shit that got stolen, I had my Magic Castle invitation.
Well, we can get you one of those.
I know. It's
I
just,
know enough people.
I was happy that I was able to get one. It was like, well,
But
it felt like
but all we're doing is replacing it.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
We help out everybody. The Magic Castle, to me, greatest place on earth to hang out.
Oh,
the
dude.
greatest place on
It
earth.
is.
And if somebody says, man, it's been my dream to go, I find a way to get them in.
Yeah,
Because
I'd love to go.
Luckily,
and Rachel, Rachel can
so-
attest to this. Whenever somebody invites me, we just
We've
go.
never turned down.
I'm a huge
Never.
Amazing
Yeah.
Jonathan fan.
I love Amazing Jonathan.
No one knows about that guy. I'm
Oh,
shocked.
Amazing Jonathan would go, I need a lighter. Who's got a lighter? You got a lighter? Give me a lighter. He'd take a lighter, hold up a big barrel of lighters and go, well, that about fills that up.
Yeah.
And the other one was he'd go, you, ma'am, right here, stand up. You're 32. You're like a B cup. You weigh this, weigh that, and he'd go, you're my wife. And she'd go, yes. Oh yeah, Amazing Jonathan. He's in Vegas.
I love that
You
guy.
should go see him.
I gotta walk away from those certain parties, man. It's hard to walk away from. You guys can come to this one if you want, by the way, May 13th.
Oh, you're talking about when you're in Vegas, you can't take a break from the Donkey Kong liaisons to go see a show.
Ask her about the last party. Just ask her. Tell them about the last party you went to. In a nutshell, 2 minutes.
In a nutshell, we went to a party with a bunch of celebrities. There were Google execs. There was Rob Van Dam. There was... Who else was there? Oh, there was Carlton from The Fresh Prince.
My favorite part is Ron Jeremy walks in and does, oh, D-Student, I heard this is the party to go to.
Oh,
Wow.
that's cool.
Wow.
And he was right. It was the party to go to.
It was,
You're
yeah.
talking about Alfonso, right?
Yes, Alfonso.
Yeah.
Ribeiro,
We had
yeah.
she saw a
So you
girl
see,
come through a window.
that's the generation thing. You say Carlton from Fresh Prince, I go
Yes.
Ricky's best friend from
Oh,
Silver
Silver Spoons.
Spoons. Yeah,
Oh.
you
Oh,
know.
yeah, we're old.
That's how
Face to
you
face, a couple of silver spoons.
hoping to find
TV.
we're two of a
Oh, my
kind,
God.
Yeah.
making it grow together.
Together.
We're gonna find our way. Yeah. Silver Spoons is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Although I kind of have a favorite, Charles in Charge, rules my world.
Well, that's so you had all these celebrities, so you can't leave.
I could never watch Charles in Charge because I looked over and I was like, I don't care how old they are, Charles. You gotta bang them. Come
No,
on, dude.
no, he's in
Dude.
charge. He can't betray that trust.
I guess he ended up banging.
But he always had on Charles in Charge. Scott Bale's
had a hot
character
girlfriend.
always had a hot girlfriend.
Yeah.
He had
They
Gwendolyn
were good
from
to
Up the
him.
Creek.
He did. That's right.
She was really good looking.
Although I always had a thing for the Josie girl.
Oh
She
yeah.
was my girl.
Rachel was in love with Willie Ames.
I was.
No.
Alyssa Milano was my forever crush.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
I logged in hours.
I
masturbating
never
there.
understood the Alyssa Milano
unpopular
thing.
girls.
It's so weird. She just was. I guess. How old are you?
Hold on.
You're 42.
I do the
How
same
old
thing.
am I?
Okay, so there's the 2-year gap between us. I
Yeah.
think that is just enough for the Alyssa Milano thing.
Yeah.
Because for me, she was always a little too young. She would have been
Okay.
perfect age for you.
Okay. That
How
makes
funny
sense.
is that?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I just never. You ever did you see Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Yeah.
His spaceship is called the Milano
Yeah.
because
yeah.
of Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's real to have when I have Bobby Brown, the Warrant Cherry Pie Girl, come
Oh,
down
I
the
know.
sidebar.
It was just so funny. I was going to bring that up. So we go to one of your gigs in Fullerton at the Slide Bar.
Yep.
And give him a plug.
Hey, slide bar here in Fullerton by the transportation. Great place to get fucked up, guys.
There you go. What better recommendation. But you're like, you got to come, Jeff, because Bobby Brown's going to be there.
So,
and I'm like, Bobby Brown. No, the good Bobby Brown, the one who won Star Search, who was in the Warrant Cherry Pie video.
Yes.
And you know what? I got there, and I'm like, there she is. It's Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you? She's a D student.
I know. I wasn't surprised. I was just like.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting.
Wow, how great is that?
Yeah, her friend-
She was really
Show me this.
great.
Oh yeah, she's a beautiful.
Her friend has been talking to her, Athena. Now, Athena has a famous brother. His name is Tommy Lee from Motley Crue.
Okay.
So
We've heard of
now-
him.
Yeah. So I guess now she wants to be a D student, so she's going to come to one of our events. So we'll see how it goes. That's it.
Yeah, let's talk about the girls more, about the whole queens.
The Twisted
Well,
Queen.
Yeah.
let's just say real quick, at that event, Bobby Brown is there. She's the girl from the Warrant Cherry Pie video.
Yep.
She's famous, arguably infamous. People know. She had a poster in the 80s, right?
Yeah, blacked off to it.
Okay. Spencer Gibbs poster. She was not the hottest girl at your event. You had other girls. Some of your D Queen student, what are they called? Twisted
Queens.
Were better looking than Bobby Brown. Come on, right there.
I think they're all hot. It's like saying,
Oh, come on. There's a
Jeff has-
sliding.
I'd be the politician
I can tell you
now.
exactly what he was probably looking at that night because he has a severe type.
I have
Like,
no-
severe.
Bobby Brown's going to hear this, by the way, so I got to be somewhat of a politician.
He's mad at me.
No,
'cause I have
she.
this
But
red hair going on right now.
Bobby Brown is. She's incredibly good looking.
Bobby, I still whack it to you. Just
She
let you know.
she has nothing to worry about. Certainly not from some dork like me. She has nothing to worry about. I'm just saying that. See, here's the thing. Growing up, I didn't have the Bobby Brown poster. I had the Heather Thomas poster, which I have a vintage Heather Thomas poster
do too.
on my wall to this day. One that I bought brand
Playboy,
new.
right? Playboy magazine. I got
No, the Fall Guy.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, but they offered that in Playboy. It was Heather Locklear, Heather Thomas. It was Jackie something. I can't remember what it was.
Jacqueline Smith?
Maybe it's there was like 12 of them.
Oh yeah, like pinup posters.
Yes.
The story about this one is funny. Is that when I was just turned 13, we had a thing. We go to remember Zodi's.
I do
We used to go to
remember
Zodi's all the time, and I would beg my mom for a Star Wars figure. And I remember the one trip to Zodi's. I didn't come to the register with a Star Wars figure. I came with the Heather Thomas poster, and my mom goes, "You want this?" I said, "Hey, man, that took a lot of balls." I'm like,
Yeah.
"I want this, yes." And I'm gonna. She goes, "You're gonna hang this on the wall?" I said, "Mom, I've had Slave Leia on the wall for 3 years here."
You know, my mom has still yet to see me kiss a girl. There's no public affection from my mom. For all she knows, I'm still a virgin.
Oh, I'm sure she believes it too.
For whatever reason, that goes under my weird little. I don't know if it's paranoia,
It
but
is
it freaks me out.
so nice, Joey, that you believe that about
Yes,
your
it's
mom.
cute. Very sweet.
We all believe that about our moms. And in the dark of night, our moms go, "Oh my God, my son's a degenerate." My mom did the same thing for me. I was a straight A student. But my mother was terrified that I was going to end up with the wrong kind of girl. So she was very happy when I found Rachel.
After a while.
Well, of course, any mom. That's just the way it goes. So we were moving into the Twisted Queens.
Yes, 'cause I
What are the Twisted Queens? Because you've got some here.
Yay.
Yeah, I got two of them. Sandra Sin, and we got Little Nerd.
Do they get to pick their own name? Did
No,
you pick Little
I
Nerd?
pick
Really?
them.
You
Nobody
pick
picks
that?
their own nickname.
I do.
Yeah, he picks the name.
I'm in charge of everything.
Didn't you see his card?
I saw the card.
He's
I
the
saw it.
Emperor
I
Sith
saw the
Lord.
card.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Sith Lord.
You have a nickname too, Sandra?
Sanderson.
Sandra said, "Ooh, I like that one."
So what are the Twisted Queens? What do they do?
Well, I'll have you guys answer it.
Yeah, let the girls talk.
Well, we're pretty much the totem pole of D student, I guess. We help promote the events. We are the models for D student, and we just have our own little Twisted Queen community within the D students, and so it's like all the girls can get together and talk to each other and not feel judged, because a lot of girls feel judged talking to just any normal person.
Yeah, we come from a wide variety, handful of women, and it's like a sisterhood in a way. Close bond, a lot of different types of girls. Some will do nakies, some will do booties, some will just do whatever.
Some are modest and
All
honest.
rumors are true.
Yes.
All rumors are true.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, because I love Brie. I've had all these girls that take pictures, and I snap 1,000 pictures, I keep 10. And I let them fight, yell, and argue. And for whatever, you could have the raddest picture in the world. You go, this is it. They'll hate it. And then there's one picture they just absolutely love, and it's got to go up. And you're sitting there like, that's stupid, but okay. I went to, okay, fine, whatever. We'll just put that up. You're used to doing selfies.
I know exactly what you're talking about because my wife has nearly fallen off a cliff to make sure I get the right side of her face.
I have a side. You'll never get me in the photo. No, I come to life when you get this angle.
That's so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
As a guy, I have no concept of that. I don't even like having my picture taken at all. Why do you think this is a radio show?
I love my picture taken.
You know, I tell people, for our generation, they're the pink ladies to the T-Birds.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's what it is, you know.
Although I don't think Rizzo ever got naked.
I think she would have.
Oh, she would
have. If she met me, she
She
would
was
have.
a decent. She
She'd go, there are worse things I could do.
Aaron made a meme. It made me die. I actually spit out my food and my drink laughing so hard because it simply says that Leonardo DiCaprio goes, "Hey man, we're cool. Whatever you think, I still seen your bitch naked."
Now, I did a meme for you, and I won a T-shirt.
You did.
Yeah.
That's right.
What was that
Why
meme?
aren't you wearing it?
I know. I told Jeff earlier. I said, I should put my T-shirt on.
I don't remember what it was. It was a picture of one of your parties, right?
It came from
Somebody was passed out or something.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
And I just wrote on it, "Still safer than Bill Cosby's house."
Yes. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yes.
on my shirt.
We have a meme page now because there's hundreds
many.
and hundreds. I think we have 1,000 memes now.
1,000 memes.
There's
Wow.
albums dedicated just to this lifestyle, politics, religion. It goes on and on. If you put in D Student Production in Facebook, it's just a whole bunch of goes down. So don't forget to subscribe to D Student Productions, the like page on Facebook.
And what about buying stuff? Because I need a new shirt. It's been a while. I cut that one up. It works, but I need a new one. So how would you get a new one if you wanted one?
She is in charge of that category.
Tell people where to go to shop.
So if you go to the D Student Facebook page, that would be the best page to get a hold of us. And just shoot us a message on our like page and say, hey, I want a shirt. And just tell us your email address, and your size, and if you have a preference for a design.
And how many? Because I know you want more than one.
Yes.
I'll tell you this. Every single order we get, I personally try to handle. Every single one.
That's what I was going to say is you guys aren't like cafe pressing this.
Yeah.
No.
If you order a T-shirt from you, you're making the T-shirt.
100%. We add, like I was telling Jeff earlier, I actually added Knott's Berry Farm little berry punch into it just to make something different. Every batch we make, if I make 10 of the regular shirt, I'll make 2 to 3 that are different in some form or another. Mm-hmm. She gets angry when I do that.
Yeah.
Now you're also a pretty famous Not Scary Farm hot monster.
Yeah.
Don't even be humble.
You're on a trading card.
You know you are.
That's
But you're on a trading card. I mean,
it's a pretty good indicator,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I guess, sure, yeah.
Now you've played a lot of characters over the years, though.
Yeah, I was a clown. They referred to as a boogeyman. I had a vice of hurting little baby dolls and stuff.
Yeah.
That was my Scooby snack. And
You're part of the reason that Carnival went from a joke to the most serious scare zone out there.
it was either that or get C-filed. That was my option. One way or another, we're going to make it for real or I was going to get C-filed.
Because when Carnival started, people they were like, it's never going to work. It's too bright. There's too many rides. It's too big. And yet, you guys really focused and really took it into something amazing. If you've never been to Not Scary Farm, what we're talking about is there are walk-through mazes, but there are also giant swaths of the park that are done up as a scare zone. Ghost Town. For a while, there was the Gauntlet, Necropolis, the Swamp, Silver Bullet Mining Company, the Backwoods, and then there was Carnival. And Carnival is set up in the part of the park where we have all the roller coasters and the thrill rides and the games. And it was a really tough gig convincing people that this was going to be a thing. And then you guys really came together as the Carnival Clowns and made it a prestige part of the park.
Well, the way I looked at it was more of an advantage than a disadvantage for me. Because I looked over and said, you go through Ghost Town, I said, wait a minute, There's fog, there's darkness. They can't see you, can they? And they're like, no, we scare them. They can't see. I said, I don't like that. I saw Carnival, and I said, I want them to see my eyes. I want them to see all this evil that can come out of these eyes. I want to show them as much evil as I can possibly see. I don't want them to be able to hide behind nothing, because I just reversed how it was. As opposed to the monsters were hiding in the dark and the fog, I wanted to make it so that the people ran into the fog.
No,
and darkness.
I agree with you, because I love all the scare zones. Like I would never be able to pick a favorite, but there is something really different about knowing, like, I have to get from the train tracks to the Schultz Theater, right? And you look up, and all you see are crowds of clowns.
Yeah, 100 yards ahead of you.
Yes, and you're like, you have to walk through that. That feeling of dread is completely different than the fog alley. Totally different.
That's your daughter.
I went to this one mantra: anticipating death is scarier than death itself, and that's what I said to myself before I went.
Nice.
Because I wanted them to say, I see that evil coming.
You know what's interesting about Carnival is I've taken thousands of pictures over the course of my years for social media. Originally, it was just for, like, the company newsletter. The Carnival pictures never convey what's going on. I remember I put up one on Facebook, and it was a guy dressed as it was a clown dressed as a shark, because it was Shark Night. And all I got was, oh, this is what Nazis got to. Look at how terrible that costume is. It's not even scary. So I just took it down, because I'm not going to get into a point where I have to explain what it is. And Carnival defies description. I mean, it really does, because you would stand on a lamppost like Gene Kelly. You'd hang off as your big hobo boogeyman guy, just like, and then people wouldn't get near you. They were terrified. And then there was a night that there was a gag order where you guys weren't allowed to talk,
I love those.
and you guys got scarier.
You know the gag order is the best thing you could ever do to a monster. You know why?
Because they have to get creative.
Watch this. You're a guy. You walk up to me. I look at you and go, go tell the guy what I just did to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Were you grunting at him? Yeah. Do you see how that works?
Oh, yeah. So then, how many years were you on Carnival?
2010 till not last year, but
14.
The year before.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 14.
4 years.
Now-
5 years.
She does the math, not me.
Yeah.
You were actually in Trapped for a night or two, right?
I've been to every Trapped for at least one night. Yes.
Yeah. Well, how's that?
Oh,
Isn't that the greatest?
You know,
Captive audience?
I'm telling you, from going to the whatever you do at Knott's to jumping in Trapped is like the difference between having sex with a condom and without a condom.
Were you in the Pooh Man room?
I was in the Pooh Man
Oh
room.
my God!
They broke a door trying to escape from me.
I don't doubt it. So, for those of you who aren't in the immediate area, Trapped was a maze that I helped put together where you went in as your group and never saw any other groups. It was a singular, specific experience. And we're talking about year 2, where you walked into a room and you were in a padded cell with a 99% naked man covered in excrement.
Yes. I'll tell you this, man. Jeff doesn't give enough credit. The stuff you see out there about these mazes getting locked inside, getting locked, all that shit came from Jeff Tucker. He started all that shit. I'm being dead serious, and I'm going to tell you, I've seen all kinds of haunt stuff. That was the first haunt thing I looked at, wrapped my head around, and I just said, "You've got to be kidding me! This is not."
Now it's a race.
It's never happened. This is the first time all this shit happened. It's like, and I don't care if it's shitty or if it's awesome. I'm a freaking mark for anything that's a first time, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, it was a hard sell. It was a hard sell, but it was certainly really gratifying that first year for it to work.
Yeah.
I seriously thought there'd be lulls, and I found out, oh, no, it's sold out. We'll be lucky to take walk-ups. Very humbling, very exciting.
Yeah.
And who did you play in year 1? Were
Were
you in the puzzle room, or were you Mama?
No, there's a story I can tell you off air.
Oh, yeah, those are
Because
great.
it involves an argument between someone and...
Yeah, you can't go into that here.
Yeah, no. It's a good story off air. But But the second year was the underwear guy,
Yeah.
and then I played a clown another year.
That was the third year.
That was the third year.
That was Colosto the Clown.
I couldn't believe they didn't do it last year. That boggles my mind.
Yeah, we just, it ran its course, trying to move on to new things. I get
I
that.
think because so many people are doing it now, it's not just a not thing.
Yeah.
That's why
You're talking about escape rooms in general.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah.
Now they're everywhere.
And we actually went and did one. It was a lot of fun.
Not to get one when you can go.
We did
down the road to get
Crossroads
Yeah.
escape room. It was a lot of fun.
one. Yeah, we did one. It was great. I had so much fun. They have a new clown room just opened up this month, promoting the escape rooms. I'm dying to go. Let's
Yeah,
go. I'm
I guess
dying.
you with trap is me like clowns, where I've done that. I want to do something else.
Oh yeah. No, you're constantly looking for the next challenge.
Yeah.
After Trapped, I moved on to Possessed, where I wanted to. Can we scare people in a show? Because shows are not scary because you're not involved in them. And then when we successfully scared people in a show, I was like, we've done it.
Yeah.
It's alive.
You know, one thing we never did, and we said we'd talk about. We should one day just talk about what we could do.
That's
One
kind
day,
of scary if you're talking about the two of you getting
Yeah.
together. And
A think tank you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it
And,
doesn't be that. It could be whatever. Because I've had people tell me, like before the pre 91 Reasons, I did the teaser D Student Invades 91 Reason because we have a hashtag D Student Invasion. Click on those hashtag people, by the way. But
I just have to bring out the irony of you. You're so all over the place. You're like, I do this and I do that and I do that, but you always slow down for the hashtag and the social media.
Hashtag.
I'm a hack, man. I'll be the
No,
first to tell you.
I am not faulting you. I wear my logo on my back everywhere I go. Yes.
I got so bad I got tattooed on me.
My wife wants me to wear a costume to a convention. I'm like, and not wear my own brand? Are you insane?
Ask them, how angry do I get at you guys when you don't wear a D Student today? Remember?
Yeah, I walked into his house. He's, what are you wearing? I said, a tank top. And he's like, Sandra, fix her right now. He's all pointing and stuff. We gotta go. Come on, move.
You have to. You have to wear
It's
your.
like the third time I've been there, and he's like, "I got a shirt for you too." And it's
You
like,
have to wear your brand. I sometimes
Exactly.
Rachel tried to get me to do something the other day that was to put another thing somewhere, and I was like, I already look like a NASCAR driver. What do you want from me? Should it flash neon?
I am bad because I would be the guy that said, we are a NASCAR family. Put everything on us.
Put it on. Put it on. Yes.
I even have it in my underwear and on my socks. Dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good to know.
Wow.
He's like, here, screen print this. Here.
I'm surprised we're not drinking D Student bottled water.
Oh no, we have that.
Yes.
Done that.
You name it, we've had it.
What's the dumbest thing you've put your name
Oh,
on?
here we go.
I love it.
Let me think. Well, we have a foodie page.
Yeah.
We have a D Student food page.
D Student Bird Kitchen.
What? What's a foodie page?
I'm a foodie. I like food.
No, don't. I hate that term.
Yeah.
Everybody's a foodie.
Not everyone. You saw
Everybody eats.
these yahoos had McDonald's. They're not foodies.
Oh, I hate that term
I am a
foodie.
foodie.
Your son
Don't
picked
go
the
too far.
location. I made your son happy.
We've had some goofy stuff we put our names on. We have a stamp, an actual
Oh yeah, we have a
stamp.
decent
We've had
Stamp.
bracelets. I think the dumbest thing of those stupid
I love
rubber.
my bracelet.
No.
The rubber bracelet?
No,
bracelet.
I think
Oh
they're
my
dumb.
god, I wear that everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go to that because it just matches everything.
There you
I
go,
love my
Aaron. You
bracelet.
proved your point.
Yeah, I love
We-
my bracelet.
Rachel and I went to downtown Fullerton one night to see a band, the Jeff Tucker Extravaganza. It's a real band.
real band.
The,
No
the
way.
lead singer's name is Jeff
Yeah,
Tucker.
someone told us
Get the
about
hell
him.
out of here.
And we bought Jeff Tucker
all
Extravaganza
merchandise.
G-string.
Yeah.
Oh no way.
Like, this is the dumbest thing ever.
I'll get messages all the time. Just random people forget a year go by and we just saw a band named the Jeff Tucker. I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I thought it was somebody
We've
playing a
been there.
joke on me, and it was like, no, this is they're the real deal. They changed their name to
Yeah.
what did they change their name to?
I haven't heard.
I don't remember the name. Oh, I thought of that clothing
They were
line.
still Jeff Tucker
Affliction.
a while ago.
Remember
Oh.
Affliction?
Yeah.
Our friend, is that the one our friend owns?
Yeah, we know the owner.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
he's
For a
an
while,
ass.
it was Affliction and Ed Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, there's those shirts.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Outlaws everywhere.
Yeah, we didn't
Tap
want to.
out. You wear
Tap
tap out.
Oh no. All of our shirts have meaning and there's stories behind them and stuff. Like this is a chapter. This is because there's a lot of people who cannot come to these events. They're trapped in Minnesota and they're snowed in, and I still want them to be part of the tribe. So I said I'll start an online chapter, and it's called the Drifters, and it can be from wherever you are. You're part of that, and you're tied to that and stuff. And there's different rules. Like, you don't talk shit on your brother. If I hear you saying something about, yeah, but I say, get the fuck out of here.
Then you're not part of the club.
Yeah.
Mutual respect is where it begins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the whole issue and point here.
We used to do something when you first join. I don't do it anymore, and there's a reason for it. Is I want everyone to tell me a secret. It doesn't matter. It could be something stupid, or it could be as deep as you want. I just want to bond.
I told you secrets, and I'm not even in it.
You're part of D student.
Oh my God, told you secrets.
Wait a minute,
is that all it takes to qualify?
Wait, I thought you were part of D
Sign
student.
me up. I want a membership card.
Rachel has been a member of D student since 2nd grade. I've seen her with cards. Trust me.
Oh, it's all attitude, man. She is our icon. When there was a Mount Rushmore of D students, she's going to be on it.
Trust me, Rachel makes me cool. I'm not cool in any way.
Well, it's not that. I really dig the crazy
You
crate
keep me out of
Rachel.
jail, baby. Let's look at this even, right?
Do what?
You keep me out of jail because there's so much. Like, I'm so quick to join in and do the craziest shit, and you keep me like grounded. I'm like, oh, Jeff Tucker's my husband. I can't really put that naked picture on Facebook this week. Like, you keep me grounded from doing that kind of stuff.
Why don't you tell them one of the Vegas
Right?
stories, Sandra?
I'm her Jiminy Cricket, is what she's
Is that what
saying.
I'm
She's my Jiminy Cricket. She's got so many crazy. What's the craziest story you can think of?
The craziest story? Okay, so we all came back from this beach party at the Tao in the Venetian. And we're walking back, and this girl, she said, okay, I'm going to hang you back. So she ends up beating us to the hotel. And I guess she had to go pee really bad. So I'm coming out of the elevator with the guys behind me. I'm walking ahead. And all I see is her squatting in the lobby behind a planter.
Oh my
In
God.
the lobby?
It gets better.
Peeing.
Oh,
That's our D student.
Was it
She
in like
had
a
to go.
plant or pot or
No,
anything?
it was next
By the
to
couch.
It was next
Oh,
to it,
she
not the
didn't
carpet.
hit the plant?
No.
No, in the
God.
carpet.
It gets better, by the way.
Plant.
So you're saying she was a P student?
Pretty much, right? Okay, so we're like, so why couldn't you go in any of the number of casinos that you pass by on the way to?
Yeah.
Because we're at Bally's, so. Anyway, later on in the night, Joey's like, okay, I'm going to wander off. He loses the number of the hotel room, whatever, right? So he's like, oh, how am I going to find it? So he sits there and goes floor to floor, sniffing the floor.
So you can find where she peed.
Oh
where
my
she
God.
peed at.
Urina's pretty strong. I can see
Oh
that
my
working.
God.
It worked.
Yeah, see?
You're like Columbo.
Yeah.
I don't mean to bother you or anything, but there's one of the floors here was originally covered in urine. If I could find that floor, I would find my floor.
Tell about when I yelled I was going to rape that old lady, you remember?
Okay.
Wait. I was gonna rape that old lady.
This is a good one. I can tell.
Oh my God.
That's not what it
Title
sounds
out
like.
there first. Catch you in with it.
Okay, so
Too bad we can't do commercials for this. Can you imagine the sound bites?
Wait.
No, you got. Listen, anybody who's still listening wants to know the story behind. Remember the time I almost raped that old lady?
okay, so another time he wanders off in Vegas by himself, and he just wanders for hours.
Probably number one.
And right,
But I leave for 8 hours and just walk the strip.
right. So
I was on cocaine at the time.
it was about
Not anymore.
it was about 1 a.m. And he's like, and then I realized half an hour after he leaves that, oh crap, I wrote the wrong room number down on his arm. It's next door, not this room. So I'm waiting up.
Wait. I want to just point out how everyone's laughing. Rachel's like, oh, the wrong room. Let's not forget, this story's entitled "The Time I Almost Raped That Old Lady." We see where it's going. Like a train headed for the cliff, we know where it's going. But go ahead.
Okay, so I passed out from exhaustion because I can't wait up any longer. It's already been 5 hours. He comes back in the 6th hour, and he knocks on a room next door, and this old lady answers the door, and he's like, "What are you doing in my?"
You do the Joey voice.
"What are you doing in my room?" She's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You're in my room." She's like, "No, this is my room." "I don't know what you're talking about, lady. You need to move."
So he's kicking the old lady out of the room.
She's like, I don't know who you are, but you need to go. Get out of my way.
I thought it was my wife fucking with me because that's my room. So I'm doing. I thought I was doing my wife joking like, "I'm gonna rape you in the ass, old bitch." And she's like, "No, please don't." Shut up, bitch. I'm gonna give it to you.
Oh my god.
How are
Joking
you?
around, yeah.
When were you let out of prison?
Next day, she picks him up.
So actually, 10 minutes after she closes the door on him, I look out the door. Oh, hey, Joey. He's like, oh, you wouldn't believe what had just happened to me.
And then you run to your room because by then she's called security and they're looking
I did
for
actually
you.
run to the room.
He did
Right?
run. He
I've
did.
had to run from security many times in Vegas.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, back in the days, I used to jump into fountains and
Let the record show that he made the drinky motion.
Yeah.
What you can't see.
yeah, now I'm just a sober guy. I follow my dick. That's all I do now.
But here's the thing. I've seen movies, and that kind of stuff, they have a talk with you where they go, look, you're banned from Vegas forever. How did you avoid that?
I have been banned. This is how we got Aaron into...
What hotel are you banned from?
Well, Bally's was the first one.
Nice. You're banned. I nailed it.
See, I'm only bars in Norwalk. He's beating me.
They tore that bar down.
Oh, I'm not banned anymore.
You're not banned from Bobos. It ended.
That's actually how we got D-Student Aaron in our mix, because she needs someone to basically babysit me when we went to Vegas.
Yeah.
So that's what we got.
Well, I can't. After the first incident of you wandering around the city, I can't imagine why you aren't handcuffed to somebody like in a fugitive movie.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
I think we have
that.
that.
Oh, well, that sounds like a fun
We've been
thing.
handcuffed to
Right.
a couple of people before, haven't we?
Yeah, but you'd also take the video camera with you. I remember
Oh,
one
that
time.
sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Just get a GoPro.
Oh, we did.
May 13th, you two are invited.
Now, wait a minute. This is the base difference between me and my wife.
Yeah. See?
Rachel's standing there going, "Oh my God, this sounds great," and I'm sitting here going, I stand with Bally's management, sir. You're going to have to leave the premises. Because in the grand scheme of life, you're Vinkman, the Ghostbuster, and I'm the manager of the hotel. That's like, you saw it, you have it. I won't pay it. I mean, I know I'm that guy. I'm okay with that. I'm Walter Peck. I'm fucking dickless guy.
You said that word. What? It's like Peter Herman, the magic word.
Well, I figure when in Rome. I'm not going to graduate to raping old women. I can use the F word.
I keep concentrating. I want to let my mind go wild.
Why? He's uttered it more times than Andrew Dice Clay.
know.
What does it matter?
The one episode we get, I find.
You are you a Dice fan?
I like his character because I like the whole little shtick of it, but I don't think he's as funny as I thought he was when I was younger.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think he's funny, but not as when I was younger. It's like, oh.
What about Kinnison?
I'm sorry, how was that?
Kinnison's
Kinnison was my hero.
I love Kinnison.
When the day Kinnison died, I cried and stayed in bed.
I cried when Chris Farley died.
See, I wasn't a Farley guy, but I was a Kinnison
I
guy.
just had 2 years again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was.
What?
The age difference.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's right on the cusp.
You know, my favorite one of all time would be Robin Williams and Eddie Murphy. The old Eddie Murphy, delirious, raw.
The funny
Yeah.
Eddie
Yeah,
Murphy.
we did have
Yeah,
that conversation.
I'm gearing up to do an Eddie Murphy episode.
I could not breathe after I heard delirious and raw. I literally had to stop and wrap my head on the fact that I'm getting lightheaded. That's how hard I laughed.
My favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite out of those, but I like where he goes. He can't find a woman because they all want to take his stuff. So I'm gonna go out to the Africa and find this
Goody Goo Goo.
Yes, Goody Goo Goo. And then at the end she goes, "Half his shit, Your Honor. Give me half his shit." Oh my God.
Huff, Eddie, huff.
Eddie Murphy's stand-up can put you in the hospital.
Yeah.
Because you can't breathe. It's that funny.
Yes.
I got the ice cream. I got the... You don't got it because you're on the welfare. Want a lick? Psych. Oh, the absolute...
He yells upstairs, Mom, throw down the money.
Our generation was the best generation for comics.
Oh, absolutely. It's before PC took over.
Yeah.
Which one is it where his mom takes the shoe and can do a boomerang with it?
Oh, yeah.
Bam!
Was that Lopez? George Lopez?
No, it's Eddie Murphy.
Oh, was it?
It's Eddie
Okay.
Murphy, yeah.
Because I know Lopez does a shtick
Well,
on
we
that
grew
also.
up at the time where HBO would have a comedy special on every week. George Carlin, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Sam Kinison, Robin Williams.
Now they have to raise money for
now
benefits.
it's now it's all PC stuff. Well, you've heard a lot of comedians won't even go to colleges anymore to do a show because somebody will videotape it, get offended, put it on the internet, and the comedian's like,
asshole.
"I'm going to have to
Yeah.
apologize for this. I'm not going to go."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I did stand up One time, it was freaking frightening. I only had one joke I was proud of. I'm being honest,
That's
man.
usually how it goes, though. Yeah.
My favorite. I'm gonna do it right now. You ready?
All right.
All right. You ready? Are you ready? This is my joke. You ready?
All right.
All right, guys. I'm about to finish my stand-up. Let me go ahead and finish real quick, okay? I'm good.
That's it?
That's it?
That's the joke?
Let me finish.
Let me finish.
You get it?
Yeah, oh, it's great.
That shows you how horrible it was.
Stand-up's not for you, man.
No, it was not.
It is definitely
You're
not.
better just being a personality.
Jeff,
You know?
I met Jeff. He was performing at the Comedy Store. Every Saturday we had to drive up there. To watch
It's
him at
hard.
the Comedy Store.
Oh, it's
I can do
cutthroat.
improv though. The weird thing is, I can go improv, and I've had people compliment. I do improv all day without thinking twice, on stage, anywhere. But stand-up
No,
comedy,
having to put together an act's totally different.
Yes.
I like the chaos.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Well, here's the thing. What I do, and what pisses a lot of the stand-ups off, is I go up unprepared, and I just talk.
He never has
I just
a
talk.
thought.
I don't either.
And I did it one time, and there was a bunch of people there who were doing like a class, and they were learning how to do stand-up comedy. And I just got up and riffed for like 15, maybe 10 minutes. And when I got off, the guy goes, "That wasn't prepared." I said, "No." He goes, "I fucking hate you." I said, "I'm sorry. We just have different ways of looking at it. I'm what can I do?"
Oh,
You
so
know?
if you want one, that's fine.
I can't remember what were some of the. If I had to do some of the jokes from that act, I can't remember what it was. I had a whole routine about because I would just talk about stuff that bothered me.
Yes.
Like what really bothers me is a woman's need to have a matching Halloween costume. I hate that. You know
Yeah.
why?
He
It's
never
because when you
matches
go
me.
somewhere and you're dressed as
Yeah.
Raggedy Andy, first off, it ain't cool, and second, everybody knows you're with Raggedy Ann, so ain't nobody gonna talk to you. Oh, there's Raggedy
My
Andy.
favorite movies, The Magic Castle this Halloween. I did Lydia Deetz and the wedding dress, the whole thing. And he couldn't even be Beetlejuice for me. No, he had to be Willy Wonka.
But I had
Once
I had a reason for that. I don't like putting on all that
excuse for
makeup.
that.
I don't want to put on all that makeup. I don't want to go to the Magic Castle covered in white makeup.
We got
I
Lydia
wanted
Deetz coming up.
bangs.
Yeah.
We're going to do a was it pop culture goth
Oh, the
shoot
Gotham one?
Yes.
where you it's a pop culture goth people. We're talking about the Wednesdays, the Lydia Deetz, the Beetlejuices, the Elviras, the Morticias. Our Twisted Queens are going to kind of do their take on that basically, but their version. So
That's cool.
should be a lot of fun.
Have you ever done a calendar?
Yes,
Yes.
every year.
They have the
Hello?
calendar, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
think I'm a
making
bigger
conversation.
fan.
I'm not
Just saying.
asking to be ridiculed. I'm asking so
How
we can,
dare you not drink my
Right.
Kool-Aid?
I'm asking so we can
You will
go.
join my cult.
He's supposed to go, "We do a calendar, Jeff." Not,
just
he's not,
supporting our
yeah,
guest.
my wife's over there going, "Oh, he does a calendar." Can you imagine Johnny Carson? So you've done a new movie. Well, yeah, you idiot. Didn't they tell you before I came out here?
I gave you all the notes.
Tell us about your
She
new
actually
film.
she made the calendar.
Yeah.
You're in the calendar, or they had you fold them?
No, she didn't.
She made the calendar.
She made
oh,
it.
she's in it? No,
Yeah.
she just folded them.
This is my first year.
What month are you?
I don't know. What am I?
It's you should know. You're in the month, man.
I don't know what month I am. I think December.
Yeah, no, you're the October, the Gore shoot.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's
October.
right. Yeah.
See, I know this. I know
So here's the
this.
question for the room. Do you look ahead in your calendar, or do you just hang it up?
I can't hang up my calendar in my house. I have a 10-year-old.
People are gonna go. People are gonna go. Was your wife on that show? And I'm gonna go, no, she was out of town.
You know what, though? Honestly, Rachel is our favorite part of the show.
Oh, I know. Everybody
The
says
shit she
that.
said.
because it's always in the background. Because I'm like, well, let's talk about
The underwear show, by the way, fucking had me dying.
the underwear show. And here's the thing.
I've been thinking about it right now.
That
by the
was
way.
early in the run. If we had to do it now, she would have to be on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Oh,
the
yeah.
underwear show, if you're listening, it's the panties episode. It's just me telling that story and looking back like, oh,
Yeah.
you can imagine,
I will
right?
give my explanation, but you'll edit it out.
Well, let me ask you guys this.
What's
How-
your explanation?
The only problem with that whole thing, I'm not a jealous, like, oh my God, you're having an affair. It's we have no reason to lie. And to me, you lied because why would I found them? That's exactly, you can listen to that episode. That was the honest to God truth. If Jeff, hooks up with a chick and we talk or discuss and I know it, That's different than me finding out about it. That's cheating. Those are my rules. Everybody has their rules.
But the best part of it
cheating.
was...
There's no reason for that when you have a wife that's willing to...
Not to hash it out again, but the phone call of her... You could just tell me, just tell me what you've done. Like, I go, I'm in line at Target. Can I call you right back?
Getting more mad.
When I hung up, you stand there and you go, what have I done?
You lied.
What have I...
That's the worst part.
Oh, you go through the whole Rolodex and you're like...
I'm telling you that. I'm just like...
All right, hold on.
No, just be honest. It's all about the lie right now. If you lie to me, there's never going back ever.
And it was so
That's all I
good.
kept saying.
See, it was so good because I knew for a fact I hadn't done anything.
Yeah, because he would have. I'm like, that's when I was like, all right, then we need to figure this out because
I felt like Michael McKean in Clue, where he keeps going, I didn't do it. Yeah. Everybody's murdered somebody but me.
Well, I got the phone with you the second time, and I was like, he wouldn't lie. He knows me with my lies. He would have come clean, and it would have been done. So that means there's another reason those are there.
Yeah, we just have to find out what it is. It was like it's the Brady Bunch when they lose the earrings in the sink.
And finding out that it was our oldest sons was probably even more so than finding out they were yours. That was a whole nother story.
But they weren't his.
They weren't his either. I went through 2 hells to still not even have my answer to find. I mean, what are the odds that happened?
But back to what we were talking about originally is I do these episodes where I talk and I get to the microphone and I do this and this. And then out of the back here, like, and that's the part people like. Is Rachel in the kitchen yelling at the microphone.
Me and my wife make such a... 18 years, by the way. Mm-hmm. Me and my wife are the worst partners in business ever on anything creative. We get to the point where we almost kill each other. Yeah, how do you guys do as far as creative?
No, we don't do... I do my own creative stuff and he does his own.
Do you like 91 Reasons?
I love 91 Reasons.
If I listened to her, it wouldn't exist. She was against it from the start.
Yeah, but I support it now more than I've supported anything you've
ever done. Because it's fun.
More than the book.
Yeah, because the book's not fun.
You know what? Same thing with D Student.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. But the same token, she comes up with stuff all the time. Sometimes I'm like, well, that's kind of brilliant, actually. And there's sometimes I'm like,
oh yeah, no, we don't mesh a lot. Her idea, like we just did a convention the past weekend, and my job was to just stay away.
That's the best way. For Wino Hour, it's best when I just walk away.
Stay away,
and it's good. It's actually pretty good.
Because there was a point where I was doing something, and it wasn't exactly the way she wanted, and she just screamed at me, and I said, "I'm just trying to help."
Sometimes you have
I said, "I'm not. Look at me. I'm not screwing around. I'm not goofing off. I'm trying to help." She goes, "Don't help." Mission accomplished. I'm out of here.
And then I'm happy again.
Yeah.
I'm a Nazi when it comes to work, man. I'm really bad.
What? It's the same way with this show because there are episodes where I come out here in this cafe, I close the door, and I'm like, you guys can't come out here. You can't be at the door. I'm talking to an invisible person out here, and I can't be disturbed or you'll ruin the whole thing. The Christmas episodes I did, the Christmas Carol one, I was doing like a show for nobody, and I was terrified that somebody was going to be at the door like, Dad, we need you, because it would have disintegrated the whole thing, because I was in the zone, because those shows
are... Most of the time our interruptions are, cute and fun.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally different. Yeah, no, if the doors are open and you're listening and shouting, he's not the first person to say that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of people go, well, I like your show, but I really like when Rachel comes in and yells or this and that.
What were you going to say, Bree?
No, when you would get in the zone for your character, when you would get your pig beast man, when you'd get all mean and he'd be sitting there, he'd be grunting and he'd be doing his own thing, he'd be drooling and all this stuff. I don't care. I'm a rookie. I don't know the rules. I don't really care.
So you did Haunt?
I did Haunt last
Oh, okay,
year,
that's cool.
Mom and me have to go look.
Everything all right?
Chiming in from the other room again.
There you go. Oh, Rachel's here.
Coughing. I had to go make sure everyone was okay.
You want to tell them about the time I was molested by a priest or any other things you want to bring up?
I'm overdosing. Selling mouth-to-mouth me on my penis.
This is the most ridiculous episode I have ever done.
No structure.
There's no structure. This is beyond anything. And then you know what? And the numbers are going to be huge because people. I'm going to tell. I could name the episode. I could name this episode please don't listen. And people would go, oh, fuck that, I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
There's another one.
You know, because what's the best thing in life is the one that somebody goes, well, don't do that. Oh, I have to now.
I got into Two Live Crew because I saw the whole little mom against music type thing.
All right, yeah, you're talking back in the day.
It's just in social media. Picture up of all of you. Jeff's given up his G rating.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, we're way on the dark side here.
I'm replying.
But
totally.
we've already done it. It's not like we've already set precedent with the improv episode as far as cursing, not as far as the debauchery and tales of urinating in the lobby.
Yeah, man. I hope I took it to the next level of horribleness.
It's definitely the next level. It's 6 strata layers down on the next level. So what's next before we wrap this up? And people tell me there's a drinking game where I say I'm wrapping it up and we do 30 more minutes. But before we wrap this up, what's next for D Student?
Well, right now we're doing our 10-year. Keeping it real in the 100 spit. What I'm going to try to do is we're trying to get a warehouse. And eventually I want to go ahead and start doing stuff at the warehouse as far as I want to start having events. I want to start doing my shows. I want to start doing my coffee time, the wino hour. I want to start actually doing merchandise here. Because the big
You want a central hub.
Yes, because at first we did this at my house. And it was one of those, well, my kid's getting older, I can't do that there. And then we did it at nightclubs, and it's like, well, they're not going to let us do this there.
Right, no, you need a space. I get that.
Yeah.
What you got a name for it? It has to have a name. Like
I do, actually.
Please.
I'm going to call it the detention.
The detention.
I like that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Because either that or Saturday school, but detention's got that ring to it.
Detention.
Yeah.
I like that too.
I'm going to have you in detention. You're a slacker.
Yeah. This last Thursday of April, please show up to Sidebar and tell the doorman you're there for D Student. And get yo D Student on, kids.
I'm gonna be there.
April 28th.
April 28th, Slide Bar, downtown
In Fullerton.
Fullerton. Tell the doorman what you're there for so that you guys get credit for it. I get that.
Yeah.
And what are they going to see when they get there other than this?
I can tell you it's going to be a shit show. That's what we used to say back in our day. It's going to be a pure shit show. You're going to have girls getting freaking faded. You're going to have people trying to beer bong whatever they can, when they can, how they can. We're going to be doing giveaways. We're going to do a little wacky, dumb games that we do. Some games we just can't do. Yeah, we have a drinking roulette thing. We put a bottle, we spin it. And a long time ago, we don't do this anymore. But we used to have like a rail of cocaine, we had a joint, a tab of acid, a shot, a beer, a thing of champagne, a thing of wine, and where we landed on.
Yeah.
That's a way to do it.
Way to do it.
We don't do that anymore, though.
There's a big difference between trying something new and going straight to the roulette of which way do you want to overdose. So big difference there.
Now it's just shots.
Big difference.
I end up with
there.
champagne every time, too.
Of course you do. That's the universe aligning
The
itself.
new guy always got like the hit of acid.
They knew what you wanted, so it just spun it faster.
What the hell is this shit, man? He doesn't do drugs. All right, he's doing it now.
Have you ever thought of filling a piñata with miniature liquor bottles?
We did that with condoms, joints, liquor balls. We had a contract with Kush Kingdom a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Kush Kingdom. That's obviously a marijuana dispensary, right?
Yes.
How is it medicinal if it's a fucking piñata? Hey, listen, we hope the sick guy breaks it open. Otherwise, this whole thing's for nothing.
Oh, man. And you know the thing is, I had to be the guy that kept law and order at Kush Kingdom.
But that's ridiculous. You're not the guy to keep law and order in anything. I wouldn't let you be the banker in Monopoly.
But
You're crazy. And I mean that in the greatest way.
So I lit the tree on fire by accident.
Oh, my God. Of course you did. What tree?
It was like a little palm thing. I don't know what it is.
What were you doing that you lit it on fire?
I was trying to do a barbecue, and I'm used to
Oh my
parties.
God!
I'm used to
Who would give you a barbecue?
Kush Kingdom, the
You
stoners.
could hurt you could find a way to hurt somebody with a barbecue sandwich. So what are you doing?
So I'm gonna put carne asada and cook it, but I didn't realize hot dogs have like greasy stuff in there. So I put all the hot
So you put
dogs.
a grease fire? Oh,
Yeah.
that's dangerous.
I know, it shot up and hit the tree, and the like leaf caught on fire. So all the stoners, they're sitting there with beer, trying to throw the beer on the palm tree.
And all the alcoholics like, don't waste that. We'll get you a pitcher of water. What are you doing?
But there was one sober guy that hiked up the tree, and he just like knocked like the palm down, basically. We all stomped it out. But everyone's sitting there just the whole time. Like,
Man.
I thought this is closed.
I think you just opened it.
But I was doing this.
Yeah.
I'm getting to 91 Reasons Studios soaked in water right now.
Visual.
Just like, that's my Barbie doll from 2002.
Sir, you're getting water on my carded Star Trek figures. I'm going to have to ask you to leave or cease and desist that,
I don't care if you shoot up heroin, but damn it, no water to Heather Walkler poster.
Listen, you can do all the drugs you want, but don't mess with my Cyndi Lauper poster, okay? Oh, you'll see my true colors.
Just getting gangster on me.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. I couldn't get gangster watching Goodfellas. What are you talking about? All right, so you've got the big event at the end of the month.
Yes.
Anything else that you're planning, like in the future? Something big? You got a warehouse you want to build? That's great.
That's the main thing we're really trying to concentrate on, and we're trying to put an actual business plan, paperwork, and do it legit and get all this done the right way. Actually, we're getting an award from the mayor of Fullerton also.
For what? For what? Putting that fire out? We want to thank D Student for putting out the fire they started.
Very heroic.
Here's a key to the city.
Oh, wait, never mind. Give me that back.
You know, the sad thing is, I honestly swear to God, don't know why, but I'm scared to ask what it's for. At first, I thought they were giving me a ticket or something.
What if it's like D Student Day? How great would that be?
If they do that, I will shit my pants in surprise. I'll be honest.
Yeah, the mayor.
I keep on telling her, it's like, what the hell can it be? She's like, I don't know, man.
Well, at least it's not the mayor of Anaheim.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy that's got the Klan running through the streets.
I know, right?
That would
Maybe
be the
it's
problem.
over Order 33.
That'd be. We have something called Order 31.
Oh, 31.
Is that where you kill all the Jedi? No.
You're very close. This is the nerd in me.
Execute Order 31.
You haven't seen my videos. We have an emperor thing. Anyways, but I want.
You're the emperor. Do you do an emperor voice?
I don't. I'm not. Aaron's the emperor.
You're the emperor.
No, Aaron
No,
is.
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron. Okay.
Yeah, he does a series where he kidnaps Joey and he's taking over D's student and he's going to run it his way. And he's going to sit there and there'll be no more nakies and we're going to go to...
No more naked.
We're going to go to church on time.
Oh.
We're going to eat peanut butter sandwiches. By the way, I like peanut butter sandwiches.
There goes that serious voice.
Yes.
Hashtag.
Hashtag D student peanut butter.
we were all doing drugs and we were about to kill this guy. Hashtag murder. And you're so funny because people will get this idea that you're like this Tasmanian devil, like sitting in a circle, but every once in a while it's like, we stop, and we go, listen, kids, if you're out camping, you want to take your food and put it in a bag and tie it up in a tree to keep bears from your campground, and then right back to it.
That's one to grow on.
Exactly.
Copyright. Right there.
It's the greatest thing ever. It's the greatest thing ever.
I don't know what the hell we're getting that award for, to be honest. And I because of me, how I've always been that shithead in school. It's a weird concept to get rewarded in some. So I'm kind of almost afraid to talk to him and ask him. So what am I getting my award?
Oh yeah, no. There's a certain point where you're like, if you talk, you're going to talk your way out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's where I'm at.
It's the same thing if you're on a date that you know is a
Yes.
sure thing.
Yes.
You start running your mouth,
Yes.
he's out.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
that's where I'm at. So I'm just going to sit there and smile, take the picture,
Not pretty.
take the award. Once
And then
that
read it.
award's in
Then
my
read it.
greeting, once it's in my hand, you better believe the hacking me's like, look, motherfuckers, guess who loves D-Student? The city of Fullerton, motherfucker. 7-1 motherfucking fall, bitch. Got love for me.
Back to the 714. Oh
Yeah.
God. Okay, well that's exciting. That's really great. So congratulations on whatever that award is, but more importantly, congratulations on 10 years. That's a hell of a thing. Because listen, anybody can start a club, a cult, or whatever it is. But it takes fortitude and dedication, and you have to really, really mean it to like keep going for that long. It's a relationship you're having with this organization that you're going to get up every day and go, listen, I'd love to just sit in bed all day, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to make D-Student a continued reality.
We're like herpes. You can't get rid of us.
Yeah, you joke and all, but it takes a lot of work. I run a stupid little podcast, and I work 40 plus hours a day, a week, and on my days off, this is what I do. Just so you know, this is the 3rd episode I have done today. I did one in the afternoon. I did one when the kids got out of school because they wanted to do one, and we're doing one now. So anytime somebody says, I'm going to do this and that, it's like, oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. But if you can keep at it, like we're almost to episode 200, which I couldn't be prouder.
Nice.
That's
cool. Awesome.
It's hard to do because you know what? There are days where...
I just had Jeff give me dat, by the way.
There you go. There are days where, and I'm sure you've had it, I don't want to do it. Yeah. I want to play video games all day. But I have that guilt thing that it's creative guilt. Yeah. Where if I spend 20 minutes playing a video game, my brain starts to go, you're wasting your time, you're in somebody else's world, why don't you start working on your own, dummy? And I get up, I turn it off, I come out here, I work on this, or I work on my novels.
We actually almost had a divorce like fucking 3 years ago because of D-Student. We had to make like real decisions. She's like, I can't feel like you're married to D-Student and you're dating me, you know? I can't feel like I have no say in D-Student because you're the god of all D-Student. I can't feel like we have to take a back step as you do a promo at the house and we have to sit there in the back room. Blah, blah. I can't have that, you know? So
that's why you do what I did. You just make yourself part of it. That's what I did. Worked well for me. Right.
No, you nailed it on the spot.
Yeah.
Now listen, Lucy, you can't be in the show.
I can be in the show.
I gotta go down to the club and I gotta get the thing going. You stay here and work with little Ricky. Oh yeah.
It's true.
Well, look at the red hair. It works now.
I try to be part of it. I'm just like, I could be in that.
We're more the Rob Zombie, Sherry Moon thing, I guess.
There you go.
You have to be a famous couple.
You're his muse.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I she's not. Goddamn, not even close. I love her, Jeff, but she drains the creativity out of me.
Oh my
she destroys that soul of it.
Wow.
But I love her.
Okay.
So I didn't marry a muse. You know what I mean? The muse is the very random. Like you know something weird? Like your son will be a muse to me, or I'll see something very random.
You're talking about inspiration. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's the damnedest
I don't
things.
think I'm that for you either, babe. That's not what inspires you. To come talk about Indiana Jones for 2 hours?
No, because you won't even sit and watch movies with me.
So you're saying she drains your creativity too?
I am creative despite her, okay?
Yeah,
exactly. She's like a sandpit of creativity. You go there, it's like, why are you draining me? You don't have to take my creativity away.
Well, I'm more like that. Well, I can add to that creativity. Let me steal a little of it.
But you know what, though? This is the fact. If it wasn't for her, I would not be drug-free. I would not be sober.
Come on.
All this stuff. She's
always the woman.
I'd be in prison or something. She saved my life. I can't. Boom, 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 boom. More times than I can count.
There's a lot of guys that would say that, and I'd go, no. I totally believe that. Those stories of you wandering around Vegas are the greatest, man. Yeah. The greatest. And that's the only city you can do that in. You try wandering around Milwaukee, you're in prison. But in Vegas, like, we watch all those cop shows, and they're like, well, let's just get you back to your room, you druggie. Come on, here we go.
You want to know the weirdest
thing? This is so funny about that.
That's not even the craziest stories. The craziest stories are when I spent either in Germany, Amsterdam. I overdosed in Amsterdam, actually. I forgot about that.
You did.
Yeah. Virginia, all these are where the really nutty stories are, because at that time, I had my own little insanity I was dealing with, you know? This is when we started dating, so once you get married...
Well, you're one of those guys. You have a big personality. You're a big guy regardless. So I think a lot of people are intimidated by you, but they have to get to know you.
I would hurt a fly, dude.
I totally get that. That's what I'm saying. They have to get to know you and know that you're not one of those, rebel rouser guy. You're just not.
You know what I am? I tell people I'm Chris Farley. I'm that kind of party guy. I like to run around with a lampshade naked, and I like to fart in people's faces. I like to laugh, dude. I like to laugh.
That's readily obvious. That's so apparent in what you're doing. So
I hate people that fight, dude.
So if they want to know more about D-Student, and D-Student is totally inclusive. It seems like everybody's welcome.
Yeah.
Because everybody's a little bit of a D student, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome. Select few get to go on your Vegas adventure. That's a little different. But as far as joining it and interacting, give all the information. How do they do that?
If you go to Facebook, you can put in D Student Productions. Anything that you see, click, share, and subscribe. There's so many different pages. From if you're into food, we have the D Student Burnt Kitchen. If you're into memes, we have the D Student Production meme page. We have the main hub, which is the D Student Productions like page itself. We even have the D Student Twisted Queens if you want to check out the models. We have D Student Pro on Instagram.
Hey now.
If you want something a little more saltier that kids can't look at, go to the Church of D Student on Tumblr. If you want to hear all the mantras, crazy voices in my head spit out, go to Twitter, which is D Student Product. And you can also subscribe to D Student Joey if you want to get to me personally. So anywhere you go on social media, you will find us. We are very much like head lice in kindergarten. You can't avoid us.
Everybody else, give all your info.
All right, I'm D Student Sandra on Instagram.
And I'm Bree606 on Instagram. And if you want to do the day-to-day life of Joey, watch him, play with dildos and action figures.
Well, who wouldn't?
What's your guys' Snapchat for that?
D Student Joey is his Snapchat.
I forgot about that.
I didn't.
Okay, so yeah, I have to D Student Joey for Snapchat. I did do that. Forgot about
And
that.
I'm D Student Sandra on chat.
So let's just point out, you do so much wackiness that part slipped your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should say enough.
Yeah.
I can't make this shit up.
No,
Right.
you can't.
There's that one time I played with a dildo.
If you guys really want to see an adventure, go to YouTube and put in
I
D
have
Student
to-
Productions in YouTube. That's where you see all the videos and creativity shit we do as a collective whole. That's actually my favorite thing is our YouTube, D Student Productions, because we have different types of different stuff that we put on video. Whatever we do, you'll have it on video somewhere.
Talk about
And-
you now. You're on you now also, aren't you?
Who cares about them?
Can they play Call of Duty with you or something? Do you have a PlayStation network?
Well, the funny thing is, there's a series called The Discomfort Zone, because I've never played video games. So they figured, let's videotape and play in Minecraft and Call of Duty. I did not know how to turn it on, because back in our day, you know this, you put the cartridge,
It's totally different.
there's like a movie that comes up, there's missiles that launch, there's little sad music, you have to press start, then you have to press this, then you have to go to there, then you have to select that before the damn game even starts.
Yeah.
Then when it starts, you sit back and you watch the movie. Then you have to go through training, apparently, to even be qualified to go play the damn game.
I would have patience.
Remember
with that.
Tetris? You
Oh,
put the
yeah.
thing in and the blocks start falling.
Yeah.
I missed that.
About half a second to get your shit
Jump
done.
off,
That
Yeah.
Pac-Man and Pong, man. To me, the most high-tech thing was
Click
Spy
it
Hunter.
Spy. Oh, I love Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter's my game.
That's my favorite game, yeah.
Yeah, we went out to the Arcade Expo
I was
and
gonna say, that's what Joey needs to go
I
to.
played a
It's
lot
all
of Spy
cool.
Hunter. Yeah, you'd love the
Oh.
Arcade Expo.
I can't. You can give me an arcade that I can spend the whole day there. You can't get me to touch that thing inside there. It pisses
Oh
me
no,
off.
the Arcade Expo had hundreds of games,
too.
all keyed to free play.
Do you know what that Minecraft thing is?
Oh yeah, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
So I went to go pet the dog, and the dog started attacking me.
Uh huh.
I guess I was beating the dog. I don't know.
Yeah, you were hitting it.
Then I walked into the middle of water and I started drowning. It's just a horrible game.
No, it's actually quite
Completely
It's all,
unrealistic.
it's all like these little
Joe's
square
here in
people.
Minecraft, so she instantly runs to be part of the episode now.
And these guys start yelling at a bunch about Heal Brian and all this stuff, and I was like,
I don't even know Brian. I'm not healing
I
him.
don't know.
Brian got himself in
Died,
that mess.
He probably walked in the middle of the water, too.
I probably the whole little Call of Duty, I lost my mind. I was like, you know what? I tell you what, Call of Duty. If you're going to act this way, I'm going to turn against America and start shooting at these motherfuckers. So I started shooting at my trainers. I started shooting at the trainers.
Is that when the government called you? Listen, we've been monitoring your Call of Duty games.
That's
Are you
pretty
mentally
odd
okay?
decision there.
Those games make
But don't you think there's something to the conspiracy theory that says all those war games that kids are playing are preparing them for joining the army later in life?
I don't know enough about games to say yes or no.
Because I mean they're so realistic.
I don't.
You have to follow orders. You have to stand down. Like anybody who gets out of line is immediately shot in the head. It's crazy. I don't play any of those games, so I don't know anything about them.
I don't, but
I bought Grand Theft Auto for my kids to play, and they spent the day yelling at me because they're like, "Dad, don't do that. The cops are going to get you." I said, "That's the whole point of the game, to get arrested."
Yeah.
Sure.
Luke wouldn't do it. Luke wouldn't steal a car. Well, then the cops will come. I said, "Well, he's learning a lesson, isn't he?" Who would have thought that?
we are conspiracy nuts, and we have conspiracies, but the video game is definitely not one of ours.
Did you hear that Hillary Clinton, if she gets elected, she said she'd reveal Area 51?
Oh,
You got me,
Bitch,
Joe.
I wasn't.
Really?
I know. I'm not kidding. She actually really said it.
Wow.
They have a soundbite where she goes, "Well, I would look into revealing all about Area 51."
doesn't everyone know where it is? And
But like a guided tour with Geraldo Rivera. Let's open it up, everybody.
Oh, Jesus.
Check this out.
It's the Ark of the Covenant.
But you know,
She's trying.
it's the key words. Look into it.
Yeah, we'll look into
Jones
it.
Warehouse. That's real.
Whenever my mom said look into it, it was no. Hey, can we go to
Exactly.
Disneyland? We'll look into
We'll
it.
see.
We'll see.
I
Oh,
love
Dang.
the presidential
Yeah.
equivalent of we'll see.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
exactly.
what, Hillary, I watched They Live, I watched V, so I know what's up.
Yeah.
Obey, produce, consume.
I haven't. This is where we connect. I'm a big
Yes.
V fan.
That is my favorite TV movie.
Original or
series
remake?
and the movie.
Oh, I didn't even
and
watch
the
remake.
original. You don't. All of them.
I wouldn't even watch remake.
No, the original's the greatest.
Well, the original.
By the way, the new Ghostbusters does look good, by the way.
You're the one guy.
Yeah.
The one guy.
person.
You're the one
Yeah,
guy.
I like those girls. I like those girls.
Well, to each, I listen. I tell everybody to each their
They're not
own.
going to be better than Ghostbusters or original.
Right.
That's something totally different. But do I think it's going to be good? Yes.
As long
Is
as they
it
don't
better?
ruin the
No.
original Ghostbusters.
How in the hell did
Yeah,
we
that's all you need.
devolve
I
into
agree.
Ghostbusters?
Told you it goes all over the place.
It's a big thing, man. It's the new
But
thing.
I don't. But here's the thing: is I don't want it to be dirty.
The Ghostbusters?
The original Ghostbusters isn't dirty.
No, it's
I
not
can
even
I can
fun.
sit and watch
Yeah.
it with my kids. And
Yeah.
the new one in the trailer has dirty jokes.
You know how we are as a society? It just goes over the head now.
Kids don't get.
You
Yeah.
can't hide it. Trust me. After all this shit we said, I roll like a motherfucking Mormon when it comes to my kid. Like I try to hide shit, and I couldn't hide if I tried. My kid came up to
You
me
don't have that in common.
last year. He goes, "Dad, what's role playing?" I said,
Oh.
Well, that's when role playing is Dungeons and Dragons. We have dice.
Thank
We make
you. Yes,
character
good
sheets.
But this is
That's
no. My
great.
kid pulls up in line at Walmart. He goes, "The People magazine says that Katie blah 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 likes to role play with da 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 da,
In bed.
and she's dressed like this." And it says that. He opens it and goes,
Yeah.
"It actually says this here." Da, 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 da.
Oh, it was a Cosmo.
He's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, hey, Cosmo's the worst magazine on the planet.
I'm mad.
Cosmo's worse than Playboy ever was.
The
Yeah.
fact that that's still on the shelves.
Do you prefer carrots or do you
Oh,
prefer
yeah.
the mechanical toy?
I'm just like,
Someone
What are you
got that
saying?
joke.
if the kids ask me anything, that's an adult nature. Do I not answer it?
Yeah,
I know
you just
exactly-
lie.
No, me.
No, you have to lie.
No,
I
You have to lie to
You're
children.
not
Always.
that I'm all
I lie to
all
kids.
You have to lie to
I tell
I'm
them
all
that.
about lying.
Our kids were
Like,
taught
been-
special hugging.
What?
Role playing is Dungeons and Dragons.
Little puddles.
I'm going to tell you one funny story that's going to kill you. Me and my wife actually technically got caught fucking me by my kid.
Oh my god.
So, but let me tell you how this is
I
handled.
can't even air this show.
Okay, literally,
There you go, Hindle.
I
That's
can't
the
even
point. That
air
is
this.
that.
We've reached it. It's
He asked what point. So
an
I'm pointing
hour,
out for
93
Hindle.
minutes in is when I
93
go,
minutes,
oh my god.
Hey, you made
You're
your 30-minute
11
mark.
Yeah.
You're 11 minutes in saying you gotta be kidding.
I'll tell the story off here to Jeff.
Well, you,
Oh, no,
you have to say it.
Okay.
Yeah, you've already intrigued
Can
us.
you do it like Bob Eubanks?
I sure can.
Me and my wife were caught making whoopee.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do it the safe way. Ready?
Oh boy.
So I had my wife in the hucklebuck. As I'm putting the finishing maneuvers on her, my kid kind of walks out. He's still young. He's a little above toddler, you know. And when they're in that toddler stage, they're kind of retarded. He walks in the room and he goes.
I'm following you.
Within 2 seconds, he looks at me. I see him. I'm hucklebucking her naked. I scream, "Go to the living room as fast as you can. Your mom's dying." I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. So he starts screaming and crying. "Ah." I said, "I'm going to save her if you shut the F up and sit on that couch." So I look at her and I was like, "You remember this?" And I was like, "What do I do? What do I say?" She's like, "You just told Asher I'm dying."
You better tell him I'm still alive.
So I'm like, okay. So I go out there, I put some kind of pair of pants on, and I say, "Hey, man."
How are you doing?
Hey man,
It was pretty much like Do I talk to him like a soldier? Do I talk to him like a soldier?
No, I just like the fact that you're having a whole inner monologue, and your son's like, "Is my motherfucking dead?
Yeah.
Can you give me the information, Doc? Did she make it? Clear."
This went 10 minutes before I told him she lived.
Oh my God! Oh
I'm
my
tap
God!
dancing.
That's the most damage you can do to a child.
So I'm talking about like how bad.
Oh my God!
And I was so hard. I was like, you know how women have that gap between their legs?
Oh my God!
I'm trying to explain the Hucklebuck maneuver. So I'm telling him I'm going to pinch it together and sew it up so it doesn't open again. He was young, man. And I said,
Mommy and Daddy are wrestling, and I think Mommy has a deep cut.
so this is we found something out. So I go through all this with him, right? And here he is. And as he goes to sleep,
I can hear you lying to me.
okay, honey,
I can hear you lying to me.
you're supposed to wrangle him, by the way. But basically, we found out that my son sleeps at night. He sleepwalks. So that was
You didn't even remember it?
I was a new parent. I've never had a kid before. So he's just above toddler. And, I mean, like I said, I told you, he walks like a retard when they're above the toddler age. You know
about the same thing.
They have that walk.
I make no judgments. I'm just listening to your stories.
Every kid has that walk, like they're drunk or something. So he'd do that drunk walk. He still does it when he's sleepwalking. But that was, at that time, was a big moment for me because I'd never had kids. I didn't know what to say. I'm doing a Hucklebuck, and I didn't know kids could sleepwalk or sleep with their eyes open, which really freaked me out, by the way.
Yeah, usually the first time the kid
So
does
the
that.
next day, I don't know if it was a matter of him not remembering, not wanting to remember, or the sleepwalk issue. But we asked him, like, hey, you remember last night?
They don't remember.
And he goes, no.
Yep.
And he just looked back to normal.
Yep.
And every now and then I'll test him, like, hey, do you remember a time Mommy got really hurt? And he goes, what do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't remember.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's like something out of the Marx Brothers. Like, it could be so easily be explained with something innocuous. Like, why have you got an elephant on the truck? Well, we're taking it to the zoo. And instead, it's like, well, here's the story. And it goes on for 10 minutes where the guy goes, I'm not buying this for a second. That's the most unbelievable thing I've ever heard. Oh, my God.
Well, you could have jumped in also when I had you in the hole and he walked in.
She was dying. Hello.
I didn't see
She can't be the person playing the dying role and the person explaining. You're asking an awful lot.
I just sat there and went, why'd you stop?
I think, and I can't remember, I think because I said, well, should we go talk to him? And I think you did do you're the guy, you're the dad. You go talk to him.
Oh yeah, no. There's a as far as
I know I didn't want to. As far as parenting
goes, there's a definite division. Rachel gets honor roll and principal's honor certificates. I get shots and stitches.
She gets the shots and stitches.
I get if the kid needs a shot or has to have stitches, I'm going.
I get in trouble.
If it's something really good, she goes.
I get in trouble sometimes when my wife will sit there. And this is how I roll as a guy. Correct me if I'm wrong. We might be different. If you're a guy...
If I corrected you, this would have ended at the beginning.
After that 11
You're wrong in so many right ways. And I mean that with all respect.
So, well, my son, if you're a kid, if you're a boy, and I told my son this, you can either brush your hair or you can wear a hat. That's your choice as a guy. My wife will sit there going, he's got to brush his hair! He's got to brush... And I'm just like... Knock it off! You're getting on my nerves! I don't want to side with my son, but I'm about to! And then he'll look at me, he's like, Dad! And I was like, she's right. She's right.
Listen to your mother.
That's my rule. I always do this to the family. I give them a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
This is my way of saying, if I could tell you F off, I would. But I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be cool to everyone, so I'm just sitting there.
All right. Well, we're nearing almost 2 hours on this thing. So,
whoa!
And we're at hour 40. An hour 40. So
yeah, I gotta eat dinner.
Yeah, we're gonna go eat dinner right now. So I can't even begin to say how amazingly funny this show has been.
Epic.
We hung in there. We hung in there till the bitter end. Your stories, Joey, are amazing. You're a funny guy. Congratulations on 10 years of success with your homegrown
Or in person on the 28th.
And interacting in person. Come out on the 28th.
At Slide Bar.
Slide Bar in Fullerton. Support D Student. Unbelievable. This is the most insane episode I have ever done. I can't wait to see people's reactions to it. I have to obviously put a disclaimer in front of it, because all of my episodes are G-rated. But I've always said on the show, it's a recurring theme where, because people ask me to review movies that are terrible, and I try to find good in them, because I always say there's room in the world for schlock. Schlock has its place. Sometimes the most fun you'll have is watching the shittiest movie you've ever seen. There's something to be said about that. I grew up searching the video store for the worst stack of movies I could rent. I loved doing that. I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm saying that there is room in the world for a whole rainbow of crazy things. And what you do in your world is your world. And you're inviting people in, for God's sake. So I think that's fantastic. I don't think I could handle a Vegas trip. Rachel could. Rachel, Rachel totally could.
Is this official? Are you going to Vegas with us?
We'll find out.
I couldn't handle it. I would.
I'll do an episode after and tell you all about it.
I should do 91 reasons in Vegas. What's up?
Yes.
The highlight of our trip, the most out of the box thing we did was blacklight kiss mini golfing, man.
Yeah,
we're not that.
Well, we do family trips, so it's not like that's an option. Yeah.
So
we're going to Hugh Hefner's secret party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Is it his funeral?
He doesn't show up. He's done. No, he is beyond done.
Do you remember?
It's his name.
Do you remember Stacy Burke? One of his girlfriends?
The name sounds
We ran into her at Knott's the other day.
They're all named Stacy and Steffi and whatnot.
Yeah,
so, all right. No, get everybody in, because we're gonna do the end here. Everybody's invited. Get the kids in.
Come here, Asher.
Asher, you too.
We're gonna wrap this show up. You know how we end the show, right?
Yeah.
All right. Bring everybody in. I wanna give a very hearty thank you to all my guests for showing up. Everybody, say your name. I'm Jeff.
I'm Joey.
I'm Asher!
I'm Sandra.
Josie.
Rachel.
Nick.
And Bree.
My mom.
Yes. And check out D Student, right? On all its social media platforms. And thank you for tuning in to all the insane debauchery that has been this episode of
91
Reasons. When you and your wife make whoopee.
Thanks for listening to 91 Reasons. Please subscribe and leave a review on iTunes. Find us on Facebook. Is anyone even still listening?